I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna stop saying the days because this is getting too much. But break of structure, TJR, whatever day it is, nigga. Oh, bro, let's go.
What's good, baby? I know you love seeing my beautiful face every damn morning. What's good, baby? Welcome to boot camp day. Shit.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, nigga.
Day 6, I believe. Welcome to boot camp day 6, okay? Today, we're back on it with the trading, okay? We are going to be talking about break of structure, okay? I figured, you know, we're going to get the beginners right out. Hold on. Fly. We're going to get the beginner shit out of here first so we can start getting into this, because right after this trading video, the next trading video is going to be talking about liquidity so we can actually get into some shit. All right, so first we need to understand break of structure, because we've talked about candlesticks, so we know the little drawings on the chart, and now we know trends. Right now we need to understand why and when the market's trending, and you know, when it actually switches direction, when it breaks structure, when it gets a market structure shift. Okay, so the simplest way that I can describe a break of structure is a shift in the trend. Okay, so we know, right, trends move in higher highs and higher lows. Okay, we also know, or actually I haven't even talked about this. Okay, so trends move in higher highs and higher lows. Okay, right, and then lower lows and lower highs on the contrary, right, in a downtrend. Okay, what makes up a high in the first place? This is something that I didn't talk about in the trends because I was going to save it for the break of structure video. Okay, so what makes a high? A move up, then a move down, right? High. What makes a low? A move down, then a move up. Low. Okay, so when we apply this to the charts, okay, it is literally as simple as that. A high, okay, is a move up, then a move down. A low is a move down, then a move up. Okay, so what does that mean? It only takes 2 candles. Essentially, it's a candlestick pattern. So if there is one green candle up and then a red candle down, that's a high. If there is one red candle down and then one green candle up, that's a low. It doesn't have to make a perfect little fucking shape, okay? It doesn't have to look perfect. It doesn't have to look pretty, because I feel like a lot of people, a lot of beginner traders especially, think highs and lows have to be like, you know, like look exactly the same, right? So let's jump into the charts and start outlining what a high and low even looks like before we even get into break of structure, because we have to understand what highs and lows look like in order to understand what a break in structure is, right? Because if that means the trend is changing, if we're saying a trend is higher highs and higher lows, and the trend changes, we have to know what those highs and lows even look like, right? So this is a perfect example of an odd looking high that people probably wouldn't even call a high. People would probably call this the high. No. Okay? It's not, you can't just lump them together. That's not how this shit works. Okay? So, first of all, right, we do have a move up, then a move down. What does it consist of? Literally a blue candle, then a black candle. My chart is blue and black. It just looks cool that way. Okay? That's why I have it. Okay? So this is a high. Right? This right here is the high off the wicks of the blue candle right there. Perfect. That's a high. Okay? And on the contrary, right, we have a move down, then a move up. So what is this? A low. Cool? Cool. Right? This, again, is still a high. It just doesn't look as pretty as this. Right? Why? Because we have a blue candle, meaning a move up, and then a move down. Okay, it's 2 candles, and you're probably going to say, well, TJR, where's the high? Is it off the wick of this candle, or is it off the wick of this candle? Well, since a high takes 2 candles to form, you're going to take the highest wick of whichever of those 2 candles it is. Okay, so boom, we got a high right here. Okay, and same thing down here, right? If this blue candle's wick was lower than the black candle, that would be the low. Makes sense? Cool? Good? We got it? Hopefully I don't have to cover that. Hopefully I don't have to cover that again. Okay, we can go over another example. What is this? This is a high. Why? Because there is a blue candle, then a black candle. Literally, it only takes 2 candles to make a high. Perfect. Boom. We find the top wick between the 2 candles. Done deal. Okay? This is a low. Why? Because there's a move down, then a move up. This is a low. Why? Because there's a move down, then there's a move up. Cool? Cool. Same thing right here. This is a low. Why? Because there was a move down, then a move up. Right? If we scale into the 4 hour and look at this, this is the low, right? It makes sense that this would be the low and not the start of the black candle, or not the wick of the black candle, because if we zoom in and look at it, what the fuck is that? Right? This ain't no low. The low's all the way down here. Okay? So boom. We know what lows and highs are now. Perfect. Clap it up. We got like the super beginner shit done. Okay? Perfect. All right. We know what lows are what lows and highs are. And if we know what trends are, and if we know what lows and highs are, then we can know when a trend breaks and when market structure shifts. Okay? Why? Because if a uptrend moves in higher highs and higher lows, but then it doesn't anymore, it ends up breaking, what is likely going to happen? Okay, it's going to start making lower lows and lower highs. And that is what we call a break of structure. Okay? Meaning we break the trend that the current market is currently in. Okay? We break that trend and then flip. Flip market direction, flip market structure in the other direction. Okay? And break of structure is very, very simple, but for some reason I get lots of questions on it, and in this video I will try and simplify this shit so literally a child can understand it, okay? I'm going to try and make this super simple. Okay? A break in structure to the upside, okay? And we'll show examples of this on the chart and through drawing, okay? A break of structure to the upside. So that means there is a downtrend currently, right? A break of structure to the upside is when we have a closure, a candle closure, not a wick, a candle closure above a high. And remember, what's a high? A move up, then a move down. So that means in order for it to break structure to the upside, we have to see a single candle close fully, meaning closing above this high, meaning the candle body has to be above the wick of the high. Make sense? Let's find an example on the chart, because I'm not sure this makes sense yet, because this is how I described the last video and we still had questions, but that's okay. Questions are good. I'm gonna try and help you guys understand this. Okay, so right here, we get a move up, then a move down, then a move up. Okay, perfect. We made a low right here. And as you can see right here, we had like a miniature uptrend. Okay, we come down, get a move down, then a move up. We get another low. Cool. I no longer care about this previous low. I'm only caring about the most recent one. Okay, and we'll get into that a little bit later into this video. Okay, I only care about the most recent high or low that has been made. As you can see here, we previously had broke structure to the upside, right? Uptrend. Okay. Then we have this low, and what happens, right? We have a move down, then a move up, but then, right, we weren't in a downtrend previously, but what happens with this candle? The body of the candle closed below the low. So what happened? What did it cause it to do? started a downtrend, right? Boom, lower high, lower low, probably going up to form a lower high, or retracement on the weekly time frame to come up within here. Okay, so are we starting to understand what a break of structure is? Now let's try and find a break of structure to the upside. This is just lovely, right? What happens? We were previously trending up. This gives us two perfect examples of this. Previously trending to the upside, right? We see a low. What happened to the low? The body of the candle closed below it. What happened to the trend? It shifted, right? We have a high right here. We have a low right here. Where's the next high? Right here. Where's the next low? Right here. Lower low, lower low, lower high. What's this right here? A move down, then a move up. That's a low. What's this right here? Move up, then a move down. That's a high. What's this? A lower high, a lower low? Wow, would you look at that? It's a trend. It's a downtrend because market structure broke. Okay? So now that we're in a downtrend, what happens over here? We have a high right here, and you're going to say, oh yeah, it broke. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down. We also had a high right here. Why? Why is this a high, guys? Why is it a high? Because we have a move up and then a move down. We get a closure above it, okay? The candle closed above the wick, and then what happens? Bing bong, moves to the upside. Yeah, we did get a retracement down, but hey, look, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Continues, okay? That is break of structure to the upside.
Attention retirees, if you're willing to be at your computer from 9 a.m. to 10:45.
Now, what's break of structure to the downside? Well, it's when we have an uptrend and then schmink, a low gets taken out, right? Same exact thing, just in the opposite direction, right? Low gets taken out, okay? Boom, we start the downtrend, okay? Pretty simple stuff, right? Let me show you guys what a break of structure is not. And I think this is where a lot of people slip up. Right here is a perfect prime time example of this. Right here, we get a move up, then a move down. So what does this make? A high, correct. Right here, we get a move up and then a move down. This wick goes higher than this wick, right? So technically, this high is higher than this high. However, we do not give no fucks. We do not give a crap. We do not care about wicks going above highs or going below lows. That does not mean anything to us. We need a candle close because as you can see right here, oh no, it's a higher high. What's gonna happen? Oh no, it falls? What? This isn't what TJR taught us. Well, here we are, teaching you this shit, okay? So, we get this wick going higher than this wick, but we don't care because it doesn't close above it. It is not a break of structure unless the candle closes above it. Write that down. It is not a break of structure unless the candle closes above a high or below a low. Right? For example, if let's say this black wick, let's say this wick went lower than this low, that would not have been a break of structure. That would not have been a break of structure. And this whole thing wasn't a break of structure until this most recent low got closed below. That's all a break of structure is. Whatever the most recent, okay, ready? So we'll simplify this even more, right? It's literally a step-by-step execution of understanding where a break of structure is. Number one, identify the trend. Identify the trend. We'll even write this down. This will be good. Damn. Can be profitable but can't type. That's how it goes. Is that even the way, how to spell structure? I don't even know, and I don't care. How to spell breaker structure. Number 1, identify the trend. Okay? Where is it going? Number 2, okay? Up trend or down trend. Okay? Number 2, if in up trend, okay, we are watching the lows, right? Because if we're moving up higher and higher, when are we going to get a break of structure? When the low gets taken out, when the low gets closed below. We don't care about the highs, right? We care about the lows, okay? Number 3, if in downtrend, we are watching highs, right? For this opposite reason, right? We're moving down. So the only way for this thing to turn into an uptrend, right, is for it to go higher, right? If it keeps going lower, we're staying in the trend. Got it? Got it. Okay. Number 4, okay? Once you identify the trend, right, we figure it out. Okay. In order for it to be a break, again, I misspelled it. In order for it to be a break of structure to the upside, it has to close above, or actually we'll make this be a break of structure to the downside because we talked about we're watching lows for the first one. I don't want to confuse you guys. Wow, I can't even type. So in order for it to be a break of structure to the downside, which means it is turning from an uptrend into a downtrend. Damn, I wonder if I can make this smaller. There we go. It has to close below the most recent low. Does that make sense? Give me a nod. Yes? Yes. Okay. Number 5. Oops. Number 5. It's the exact same, but just opposite. Let's see if I can spell it right. Structure. Did it for me. I love technology. Oops, I was just copying. Upside into an uptrend. Oops, bad grammar on A instead of an. In order for it to be a break of structure to the upside, which means from a downtrend into an uptrend. I'll even add that into there because that can get confusing, I know. Cool? So in order for it to be a break of structure to the downside, which means an uptrend into a downtrend, it has to close below the most recent low. Understand that we are consistently watching the most recent lows and the most recent highs getting formed. Okay, we are not listening or caring about past lows. Okay, so in this example, this gives us a perfect example, okay? Right, we make this low right here. This low, yes, it's lower than this one, but why do I not care about it anymore? Because this one is the most recent low that was made. Yes, price ended up closing below both of them, so we wouldn't have had an issue. But I know damn well that some of you guys, if it only closed below this one and not below this one, you guys would have been having a heart attack, shivering your fucking timbers, deciding whether or not to take a short. Okay? So we take the most recent low or high made. Okay, same thing with this. Same thing with this over there, right? We have a high right here. Oh, we make another high right here. Why is this? Why are TJR? Why are we using the wick of this? Because up candle and a down candle. How do we mark our highs? The highest point of those two candles. All right? the wick right there. We got it. We closed above that. Yes, we closed above both of these yet again. However, we don't care about this high anymore. Okay, there will be times when price will consolidate, right? Not within a trend, right? It'll just be consolidating, and you'll see a lot of that, right? You'll see, oh, move up, right? Right here. Move up, then a move down. Now this is a high. Move down, then a move up. This is a low. Move up, then a move down. This is a high. Move down, then a move up. This is a low, right? This is just pure consolidation. There is no trend within however many days this was. This would have been a terrible trading week for gold, right? There was no trend within this. There was no break of structure. Market had no clue where it wanted to go.
Introducing Iron Beam, a bright choice for futures trading. Iron Beam is...
Oops. Okay. Does that make sense? I feel like that is the easiest way that I could have put break of structure at all. Okay? We have it laid out. It is a step-by-step formula. Number one, identify the trend. What's the trend? Look at it. Lower lows and lower highs. Perfect. We're in a downtrend. Okay, so we are in a downtrend. What are we watching? We are watching highs. Where is our most recent high? Right here. So in order for this to turn into an uptrend again, we have to wait for the daily time frame to close above here. We just gotta sit back, relax, and wait. This wick is not a high. This wick is not a high. This candle forming is not a high. If the next candle that forms is down though, then yeah, we'll move the high to there. But that hasn't happened. So where's the most recent high? Right there. Cool. And when does it turn into an uptrend? When we get a candle closure above there. Okay, we'll show one more example of a break of structure. Let me throw this on the weekly. Oh, this is money. Okay. Right here. Right? We're trending up. All right. Or actually, no. We'll go into like a 15-minute time frame. This will be good. And again, remember guys, remember. I don't want you to watch this break of structure video and instantly be like, when there's a break of structure, it means it's going to go up forever. Or when there's a break of structure to the downside, it's going to go down forever, because that is not true at all. Not true. Okay? Not true whatsoever. Because remember, in our trends video, if you have to rewatch that today, I highly suggest you do so. Remember in our trends video, the weekly holds more power than the daily. The monthly holds more power than the weekly. If we see a break of structure to the downside on the daily, like we saw right here on gold, or sorry, on GU, right? And why is this a break of structure to the downside? Move down, move up. This is the low. We close below that. Market starts trending down. If we see a break of structure to the downside on the daily, but the weekly we're still bullish, it's just a retracement. Was this a break of structure? Little homework, little tip and trick for you guys. This was the most recent low that we had. Is this a break of structure? No! Why is it not a break of structure? You're probably saying, lower low. Shut up. We haven't closed below the low. We didn't close below. This is a perfect example of what a lot of you guys will be entering on. That just is not a break of structure. This looks like a liquidity sweep. And oftentimes, market will do this a lot to fake people out who think that a wick below a previous low is actually a break of structure. Because what's market probably going to do? It's probably going to come up a little bit. Okay? Yeah, maybe the next weekly candle will close below here. Maybe, if it wants to. But we have to wait for that. We can't just say, good enough, sell, right? Because we don't want it to be good enough. We want to know. And because even when we know for certain, we don't actually know. So why would we take a trade off of something that's already low probability of being a break of structure, and already being in a market that's already very difficult to have a high probability to trade in, right? We're literally just reducing our chances of being a higher probability trader by taking bad setups like this, right? We need to wait for the low to get closed below. Same shit with this. Same shit with this. This is an exact example of this right here. Same thing with this. Right? What's this? Move down, then a move up. This is a low. At one point in time, this black candle right here, this was a full black candle to the downside. It looked like this. I know damn well that 90% of retailers were just short. It's going down forever. And then what happens? Market never fucking breaks structure and we push higher. Same thing here. Right? We get a move down, then a move up. No break. Move down, then a move up. No break. And market continues to push higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. Because the trend never was broken. Trend never broke. And what were these? These were just liquidity sweeps, and we will learn about that next time. Okay? Hopefully that covered break of structure for you guys. It has to be a close. Let's go back to that little thing that we had. Schmink. Let's do this on the daily. And let's drag this all the way up here. Identify the trend. Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it going in higher highs and higher lows? Is it going in lower highs or lower lows? Boom. I literally made a checklist for y'all. Figure it out? Okay, perfect. It's in an uptrend. If it's in an uptrend, we are watching the lows. Perfect. Hawkeye those things. Watch every single new low that gets made, okay? That's actually something that I want. Because we only care about the recent ones that get made. Those are the only ones we care about. Okay, those are the only ones we care about. Those are the only ones that need closure above. Because who gives a fuck, right? If market's moving like this, or, right, I mean, we showed it in that GJ chart, but if market's moving higher highs, higher lows, and then one of the lows gets wicked below, but it keeps going higher, we don't care about that, right? Because market structure never was broken. We only care if it gets closed below, right? Also, right, for the most recent low point, okay, we're going like this, right? Who cares about this low if this new low was already made? If it's supposed to move in higher highs and higher lows and the most recent low gets broken, gets closed below, then that means the structure is shift. Who cares about this one? It means we made a new low. We made a lower low compared to this one. Who gives a fuck about this? This was the trend. This was the most recent low. No one cares about this low. No one cares about this high. We care about the most recent ones that were made. Same thing for the downtrend. Okay, please drill that into your head. And I suggest you guys write this down. Okay? So we know that we're in an uptrend. And if we're in an uptrend, we're watching the lows. We're watching the most recent ones that get made, and we forget about the old ones. Okay, after the most recent ones get made. And then once it's a break of structure to the downside in an uptrend, it has to close, the candle has to close below that most recent low. And that's it. That's break of structure. We got it? Okay, so what I want you guys to do for homework is find 10 examples of breaks of structure. This should be very, very easy because it's pretty easy to spot, especially with this checklist. Find 10 examples of an actual break of structure within the market, and then find 10 examples of what someone, a noob who hasn't watched this course, who hasn't watched this video yet, who hasn't watched my how to spot a break of structure in the market video, find 10 examples of what someone might consider a break of structure, but actually isn't. A wick below a low, or like a wick above a high, right? Something that might fake somebody out, that someone might believe is a break of structure, but isn't. So you guys can get good at spotting actual breaks of structures and then fakes, okay? Do those two things. You need to have 20 examples by the end of this, okay? Until you're done with your homework. You need 10 examples of breaks of structure and 10 examples of fake outs or fake breaks of structure. Understand that we are consistently below both of them, so we wouldn't have had an issue. But I know damn well that some of you guys, if it only closed below this one and not below this one, you guys would have been, right? For example, if let's say this black wick.
Let's do the homework, man.
Hey, bad bitch getter. I'm a money spinner. Roll with all my nigga. We gon' pull the trigger. Liquor get the nigga. I'm too turned up, not familiar. I'm just tryna kill you. Nigga ain't your dealer. Niggas trippin' in this bitch. I got cheese like a dealer. Nigga, I get queso. I'm tryna get the case closed. Niggas trip that Draco. Hitting that boy face though. Hey, shout out the drugs. Appreciate this, my love. I got sticks to hit your mom. Y'all niggas some bums. I ain't take it, ain't no bun. These niggas gon' run. Fully be my favorite gun. Do this shit for fun. Do this shit off passion. Nigga, I love rapping. All y'all niggas just be capping. Hey, shout out the drugs. These niggas bitches, it's a habit. Boy, I understand it. I got. Fuck, turn this shit back on. Nigga, thanks. Sticky, I got drakes. Turned up with my bae. Psycho, don't got bae. I got baby mama, keep a topper. I got niggas.
Bet, man. Homework done. Video done. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Y'all do y'all homework, man. That's important. Y'all gotta do your homework, because if you don't do your homework, you're gonna suck. And I'm making money, and y'all niggas gonna be broke. And I'm gonna be up. And y'all gonna be like, hey, what's the method? What's the method? Nigga, this is the method. The boring stuff. You gotta do the boring stuff before you can do the exciting stuff. That's why I'm doing this, man.